Give us an insight of the latest with regards to the raging fires there in the Hardap region.
Jimmy, I don't know what exactly Hardap region did to whatever the causes are that is the reason for the veld fires we are experiencing. It has now been a while that we are struggling to battle veld fires in this region. And again, the one that we are working on right now to try to kill is in a resettlement farm called New Haribus. And as we speak, people are on the ground. They are trying to kill and do battle with the fires. But given the realities of capacities that we do not have, it seems to be a challenge. But just for you to get a better picture, as we speak, the fires are going towards the west into yet another, what do you call it, resettlement farm called Fugrund. And also, I was informed shortly before I got here that also a private farm that is adjacent to New Haribus, owned by the Bank family, is also now apparently being affected. But since this morning, I haven't been there on the ground. I wouldn't know exactly how huge the rage is.
Sure. Well, this is really devastating. I mean, you know, a lot of the farming communities depend, that is their livelihood, and to lose so much hectares. Do you maybe have an insight of whether some of the farmers communicated to your office whether they've lost some livestock since these fires have started?
Since last night, by the time we departed from the grounds where the fires were, luckily or fortunately, we did not experience or did not even hear from anybody loss of animals, let alone the lives of people, for which we are very thankful. Because I have noticed that the farmers were keeping the animals close by the homesteads. And I think that's probably the reason until now that we haven't received anything to that effect. But in general, if you look at how serious the fires were flaming and burning, I'm pretty sure that if there were animals out there in the field, we would definitely have had some problems in terms of animals to have been burnt by the fires.
Obviously, governors also had the opportunity to speak to some of the affected farmers on the ground. Do they say any? Do they give you any indication as to why this fire started? Is it human negligence? Is it natural? Do you have any indication, maybe for our viewers, how and why this fire started?
You know, that is the problem. Since the first fire started, we seem not to know. It's like it's a guessing game. The very first one, at least we could determine it happened as a result of a human error. But the other subsequent fires that we've experienced in the region until this one now, yesterday, we do not know the cause of the fires. I don't think it's probably caused by human actions. But again, we cannot also rule out the possibility that it was caused by a human action. But again, if it's nature, then I wouldn't able to tell exactly to what extent, because as much as it's hot enough out there, I don't think it was as hot for what is it called, the grass to have caught fire. I doubt that, but since I'm not schooled in how those things happen, I would rather not guess. But at this point in time, the cause really is not determined.
Rightfully, like you said earlier, also, Honorable Governor, about less than a month and a half ago, we had similar fires in the Hardap region between Rehoboth and Malta here, where the fires subsequently even, crossed the main B1 road. Does these current fires that are ongoing there in the Hardap West constituency, does it pose any risk for motorists?
Definitely it does. If it's not put out, it definitely does. Because like I said, if I say it's veering now towards Fuchgrund, the other resettlement farm, now that is towards the main road that goes to Davep Malde here. And definitely if we do not do what we can do as people to put it out, I'm certainly what is the thing? I'm certainly sure. Sorry for that. I'm very sure that it could in some way or the other deter or be a danger to motorists on the roads.
We've seen on social media, and we've also shared some of this on our NBC social media platforms, where we've seen a number of individuals and organizations calling out for people to come and assist to contain these veld fires. How has the residents of Mariental responded to these calls?
Jimmy, I'm very grateful for that question. In the first place, the fires that we have in this region has taught us a lesson, and that is that we have discovered that we do not have the capacity. We don't have the resources, not even money or the other resources such as firefighting instruments. We don't have any of those things. So it really is a struggle. And therefore, at least what we see happening since the first fires in the region is at least there is that human teaming effort. The human resources are teaming themselves with the little other resources that they have, even teaming some financial possibilities to get the fires extinguished. So therefore, I think starting from the disaster risk management at the regional level, cascading down to the constituencies, we need to really capacitate people, not only human resources, but equally other resources, because we need enough tankers. You need to have enough sufficient supply of water if you really are serious in extinguishing fires. Now, I have noticed since the first time that we are challenged in those regards. And I think for the new year, God willing, we definitely need to sit around the table and find better ways to capacitate the region to be responsive enough swiftly and effectively should we encounter such devastating and panicking. People are panicking. If you look at the effect I was there yesterday on the ground and I could see how lost the farmers are, how worried they are, not just about the animals, but about the grazing land and also the lives of animals. So I think it's a huge challenge and a threat for the region that really needs teamwork. So we need to sit and work around possibilities and get some other people to play a part in assisting us to be capacitated effectively and efficiently for us to be responsive, timely, and also efficiently.
Thank you so much. That's Governor Salomon April telling us that that the response is a bit lacking, capacity needs to be improved, and expertise needs to be roped in to contain wildfires because it's something that we might expect as years go forward. But just Governor, just for us to change a little bit of a direction, if Governor, if I may, but unless Governor still wanted to add a little bit to say something on the veld fires.
Yeah, let me first conclude on the first part. Jimmy, I think I would fail in my job if I would not recognize the part that the chairperson played in rallying support behind the efforts to get these fires killed in the region. I have noticed that all the local authority councillors, the regional teams, the ministries that are delegated, private sector farmers, and individuals went out in good numbers. The soldiers and the police were also present. These people went to where the fires were and really put efforts to kill the fires. And that teamwork for me is something that is commendable. And I'd therefore like to urge the people of the region when a disaster strikes, it could be from the looks of things far from you, but no disaster is far enough to have an effect on people that are in that proximity, in the same space, like in Hardap region, for instance. So let me call upon other farmers and other individuals to team with us to come in good numbers so that today we can kill the flames that are devouring the remaining grazing lands in that side of the region that is to the west of Marienta.
Just lastly, as we are moving towards the end of the year, what is your message, your wishes and dreams for 2023?
I want to say that what I have seen in the region for the year that is about to go out, if that is the right English word, I've seen that we tried our best as government agencies, ministries, and organizations, but we did not do enough to mitigate the impact that socioeconomic realities have on our people. Therefore, we still find pockets of people, if not everyone, that is still very frustrated at the speed at which we are delivering services, those services that are essential. I'm not talking about other things, the essential services, such as providing of houses and water and other important services. We need to fast track so that we can bring peace and also trust back into the government from the citizens and inhabitants of the region. Now, in that regard, I would like to do a clarion call that the ministries, organizations, and agencies should please try to find speed behind service delivery. And especially what I have seen is that oftentimes we are concentrating too much on bigger things that take time to deliver. I have noticed that in my 2 years' time in Hardap region, the best approach to getting people to participate in the agenda of change, you should make them part of the change agenda. They should play a part. They should participate in the change mode that you set on for everybody to see the difference. And I have seen the best way to get them involved is when you concentrate on things that are closer to them. And I would therefore urge all ministries and other people that are working towards developing the people in the region to really allow the inhabitants of the region to participate in the changed agenda and therefore the activities that we are bringing with them. We wouldn't want to see a situation where the inhabitants of Hardap region are passive participants. We want them to be active. That would be my call going forward. But as for the moment that we are in right now, the festive season that we are in, we are now going towards the end of the year. What is it? Welcoming the new year 2023. I'd like to call upon other people. Until this morning, I didn't really get much of troubling information in terms of gender-based violence and what is it, accidents on the road and stuff, besides the wildfires that we have. I'd like us to keep on to that culture of not doing harm to people's properties and to people as individuals. Let's have a trouble-free festive season, a season where we appreciate each other and that we share love and care and that we carry each other's burdens, assist each other so that we really can have a happy and a joyous festive season. And that's only possible if we could see others that are in need and share the little that we have with those who do not have. I think a sharing culture, a caring culture would demonstrate love, and love demonstrated through actions will bring peace, joy, and happiness. And that's what I want to see happening going forward as we are going to welcome 2023.
Wow, thank you so much, Honorable Governor. That was Hardap Governor Salomon April speaking to us about raging wildfires in the Marintal West constituency and equally urging community members in the Hardap region to play their part to ensure that, the region becomes and thrives as we move towards 2023. Thank you so much, Honorable Governor.